So we're going to add 4 cups of flour in the mixer. That's 1 and that's 4. Okay, so we have 4 cups of flour in the mixer, and another ingredients will be half a cup of warm water, which is about 110 degree. You don't want it any warmer than that, or you'll end up killing the yeast. And in this warm water, I'm going to add, skip it there, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of yeast and this is half a teaspoon. So 1.5 teaspoon of yeast in a warm water, and we are going to allow this to bloom. Okay, so I have 1/3 of a cup of sugar in there and a teaspoon of salt. Now, according to your taste, you could put less or more of these ingredients here. The main important is that your flour is 4 cups and you got 1.5 teaspoon of yeast. In this cup, I have almost half a cup of equal amount of butter and honey. Okay, so in the mixture of butter and honey, I added buttermilk. I have 1 cup of buttermilk plus 1/3, which altogether I have 1 1/3 cup of buttermilk. Now, these are the liquid part of this bread. Add that into the flour. And here's another ingredients. 1 chicken egg. Now, if you're wondering why my egg is green, this is because this egg was laid by an Araucana chicken, and that Araucana chicken always lay this color of egg, but this is a regular chicken egg. As you can see, I will give it a slight mix. You don't really have to scramble this. You just wanna kind of break up the yolk, and we are then going to add this as well to the flour. Everything goes in there. Once the flour, salt, sugar are in the mixer, we are just going to dump all of the wet ingredients. As you can see, the yeast bloomed, which tells you that it is fresh. And now we are going to add this to the flour as well. Baking is a little tricky, and I'm not a baker, but I do love fresh bread. Okay, so you see the consistency of the dough. It's a very soft dough, and now we are going to pull this dough together, and the way to do that is to add flour just a little at a time. Okay, this is a 1/3 cup of flour. Okay, Okay, so we'll cover this with cling wrap and allow this to rise for about 45 to an hour, depending on the warmth of the area that you are going to keep this. I like to keep my dough inside the oven. Of course, the oven is off, and I leave it there until it double in size. So this is the way I deal with this sticky dough. I put some oil in my hand and punch the dough and allow this to rise again for the second time, and I will be shaping it, and you'll see what it looks like later on once I got this all shaped up. Okay. I'm now ready to bake this. I will be putting this in the oven for 350 degree and allow this to bake. Okay, probably 15 to 20 minutes. I'm just not good at timing things. I could see when the bread is done just by looking at it, and it's basically when you see that the top and down here has turned up, the top of the roll and at the bottom has turned golden brown, and that's always a good indication to me that the bread is done. Okay, so the oven is heating up to 350 degree, and I'll stick that in the oven.